So, in this video, I'll continue the story I was telling earlier, how I was supported by those eminent people who are heads of the institutions. Now, for my proposal, I called up one of the vice chancellors, introduced myself, and I told him the purpose of my call. Then he said, yeah, now I remember, Radha, tell me. And I started discussing about the proposal. He said, he gave a different thought and said, my thought will not work at all. Obviously, I was not liking his opinion. Soon it became a polite argument. Now, the argument went on for about 20 to 25 minutes over the phone. Of course, no harsh words, no bad words too. The argument was polite and humble, but it was an argument. At the end of around half an hour call, he said, Radha, you keep your proposal aside. You seem to communicate really well. So why don't you come to my university and do a soft skill training program for my students, which is required for them? I said, I was little hesitant. See, if you don't come to my university, I'm not going to approve your proposal at all. I said, okay, sir. And I was asked to respond to him within an hour with the course outline. And he said 2 days duration, plan accordingly, and send me the details. And I sent him over WhatsApp. That Radha, you're supposed to send me the details via email, not via WhatsApp. I said, fine, sir, you give me your email ID. I sent him the email. And after receiving the email, he called me up again and said, no, your course outline will not work. Now write down what I'm going to say. That will only be the course outline because I get to decide what my students will receive. Said that makes a lot of sense. Okay, tell me what should I do. So he gave the entire course outline and said, this is what you will deliver in the first 2 hours, second 2 hours. Complete course plan was given by the head of the institution, and I just followed his plan. First time I'm delivering such a program in such a big university, and the program went well. However, I didn't get amazing feedback. I was nervous. I didn't get amazing feedback. I told him, sir, I don't think this is going to work. So I'll quit this idea. And he said, Radha, you are not going to quit. Because for the closing ceremony of that training program, the head of the institution was there. He listened to the feedback. He gave me the points for improvements. And he said, until you improve to the level where students give you amazing feedback, I'm going to repeatedly invite you again and again. And I am going to be there for the valedictory so that I'll get to know firsthand how have you improved. He said, sir, why are you risking? So, since he was willing to support me so much, I thought, okay, I should not embarrass him again. So, I had worked on myself, worked on improving my delivery method, and the feedback for the second training program was totally amazing. And now the head of the institution said, see, you have improved. Now go around and then do the training program with the other institutions also. So the training program back to back happened within just couple of months gap. So he said, you need time to improve. No, so work on yourself. You take 2 months time. come back again. So the second time when I went there, in a short duration, I went there again for training program. No, so people didn't like that much. So what happened was I landed up in the guest house of that university, and I didn't know what to do. No info, nothing. So I sent a message to the vice chancellor of the institution. So this is what is happening. I'm totally blank. What am I supposed to do? I'm really sorry to bother you. I know for this silly stuff, I'm not supposed to message you like this, but I don't know anybody else other than you. And you know what he did? He said, Radha, I know how things work. Don't worry. I'll come and meet you at the guest house reception by 5 p.m. You just be ready. I said, okay, sir. And by 5 p.m., sir came. We met at the guest house. And then he was about to leave. I said, sir, why did you come now? He said, Radha, you don't know how things work. You just wait and see. In another half an hour, you see what happens. And in another half an hour, people were like, Madam, is the guest house comfortable? Madam, is the food comfortable? Madam, tomorrow here is where the program is going to happen. Madam, we will come and pick you up. What time you can start the everything? People started asking, and people gave me info. And after other people who met me at the guest house, after they left, I messaged vice chancellor. I said, "What magic is this? You just came and left, and everybody else came too." And then over WhatsApp message itself, he laughed and said, "That is the power of vice chancellor, Radha. You enjoy." Amazing person he is. Until date, he is a very good friend of mine. Till date. And sometimes, after a couple of programs at his university, he said, Radha, now you need to expand, start moving around the entire country. Um, and then I started following up with other institutions as well. And they said, where have you done the program? I said, in this particular university, sir. So, in that case, the vice chancellor must be knowing you. He said, yes, sir. So why don't you take a feedback from him and submit it to us, so that based on that we will consider you for inviting you for doing couple of programs in our institution too. So I called him up, and vice chancellor of the previous institution was extremely kind enough to give me a feedback. Until I floated around his feedback, I never knew his feedback held so much of respect and value among the other institutions. Now, wherever I shared feedback of the previous institution, I was immediately invited and given an opportunity. And whenever that happened, I used to call that first institution's vice chancellor and say, "Sir, this is what is happening. Thank you so much." And then he says, "Rather now, hereafter, you don't need my help. I'm done. So I think now onwards, you can go ahead independently, go ahead and do things." He also said, in case you need any help anytime, you need not hesitate to call me. He said, that's a huge support from your side, sir. Thank you so much. He never went back from his words. I was always supported by him. And yeah, there are a lot of good things that happened with his support. So I am eternally grateful to him. And sometimes he used to be little harsh in teaching me. He would ask me to draft an email to be sent. I would draft and send him. According to him, that email would be a nonsense. And then he says, what bullshit have you written? That's what he says. I said, sir, no, rather, this is not what I expected from you. And then he would say, quickly take a paper and a pen. I'm going to dictate and you will write. I said, okay. We're dictating, we're writing. With his permission, I would record his call and then listen to the call 10 times and then note it down. He would be so fast. With that speed, I cannot write. So that's how God sent amazing people into my life to guide me, to keep me on track, and to help me grow in my profession, everything. And that's why I repeatedly say that when God wants you to do something, He knows how to make it happen. Right people will come into your life, incorrect people will go out of your life too. So, all those things will happen. So, I repeat again and again and again, when you do something with all your efforts and it is still not happening, please leave it. It only means things are going as per God's plan. And remember, God's plan is always better than your own plan. Sometimes, whatever you think will happen exactly, which means God is approving your plan. That is why it is happening. Sometimes things happen according to your plan, but the outcome will be completely different from what you expected. That is again God's plan. God wanted you to learn. So, there are so many such examples. When I have asked all these amazing people who helped me, supported me, guided me, forced me to stay on track, if at all I ask them, what am I going to do to reciprocate all that you did? And you know what? Unanimously, I receive a same kind of reply from such people. If you grow in your life, do good in your life, that is all we need, Radha. Take care of yourself. And anytime you need any kind of help, do not hesitate. So, till date, those are the people who always keep guiding me whenever I needed guidance. Have you been positively impacted by someone in your life? If yes, go ahead and share your experience in the comment section of the video. I'll read through each and every comment and respond to. Mandala for today's challenge is done. Now go ahead, recreate it, share it with me.